Thank you for the opportunity, and I greet everyone. I know we are in different regions. Where I am, it's evening, so I would say good evening. I'm going to present on social protection as a strategy, to poverty alleviation during COVID-19, and in development circles or community development or general development, we realize there are many approaches to these. We want to see, based on this study, how this has been utilized. I'm from Pan-Africa Christian University. I lecture in the Department of Community Development, and I'm a medical social worker by training, and I'm interested in areas of health, education, and social development. So I know some of us may be conversant with what social protection is all about, but allow me just to quickly say what social protection is all about. It's about just enabling people to be able to deal with the risks and vulnerabilities. It's about supporting people. It's about ensuring that people are cushioned against chronic poverty and some problems that could result, like we are talking about COVID-19, and there could be others like disasters and the likes. And of course, through this kind of protection, which is a strategy to enhance development, we want to enhance resilience. And looking at quite a number of studies, and of course, looking at what is happening all over the world, we realize that there are specific interventions that are geared towards social protection, which could either be direct or indirect. And we've seen cases of where people are provided with access to social services and the likes. So this is just, I adopted, or I got this from World Bank. I would not go into details explaining, but social protection is around assistance, insurance, and market interventions. So going to the issue, we are all aware that all over the world, COVID-19 has now reached various countries, at various levels, even developed, low income, and even middle income countries. And there are interventions towards improving the situation of people. There have been containments, there have been restrictions to movement, and even there have been economic activities related or economic activities that have been affected. All of us must be aware that there have been closing of places, banning of gatherings, which is happening here in Kenya, in Africa, and even other places in the world. And people have put in place even domestic measures and such, just to contain or maybe to deal with the effect of this COVID. Then people also, like in our country, in Kenya, and many African countries and developing countries, we realize that most people, a high percent of people are in informal sector. The methodology I adopted is just a rapid review of literature that is existing, and also I'll be talking about some of the specific interventions that are existing in our country. Yeah, so some of the results through the reading and the research, I realized that there are certain interventions that have been applied all over by different governments and different agencies to contain and to help households, especially in the line of safety nets, among others. And like our Kenyan government, just like other countries, like you can see, there are many countries. By 2020, last year, 151 countries had started planning and even implementing on how to deal with this from a social protection point of view, of course, covering different sections of the society. So like in Kenya, the government introduced quite a number of interventions, which are formal, allocating some amount of money. Some of the ones I would cushioning the low-income earners, and also reduction in corporate taxes. This happened a lot, and again, also just trying to deal with the pending bills and improving business liquidity all over, and allocating even more resources, especially after COVID. Of course, we are not yet sure when after COVID will be, but just to deal with the situation afterwards. Then there have also been some formal and, of course, informal interventions or initiatives. These ones are within or enshrined within the government is always in these, but of course it has been improved a bit. But we realize that there has been a challenge to extend these, especially in Kenya. We have what we call Inua Jamii as one of the national safety net programs, as listed here, but we have realized that there has been a challenge, especially when COVID came in, the extension of this support to other areas or maybe vulnerable households because of various challenges occasioned by COVID-19. So there have also been more initiatives. The government having been in place and taking care of these, also NGOs came in handy, and they are still doing the same. Just to mention but a few, there are others even that are working at a local level, very local level, that may not be mentioned here. But there has been that topping up of existing government transfers. And then
Wilkins, that's about 4 minutes left.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, then topping up what the government is doing. So a consortium of, for example, 7 NGOs came together, Oxfam, Kenya Red Cross, among others, as listed here, Impact, Crew, came together to just supplement what the government was doing. The German government also did the same, and many others. And we still even see more initiatives coming up to deal with this issue. So all in all, just from the readings, I discovered that what informed this from a theoretical point of view, or the models that have greatly informed these from the resilience theory, we see the compensatory model, challenge model, and the protective, where, of course, people are helped to deal with the risks that are available, that are presenting because of this as one of the disasters or challenges that we are living in the world we are living now, the challenge model and protective model. So it's some of the recommendations. This could not be the only ones, but some of the recommendations is that based on these findings, that social protection has proven to be a very key strategy to dealing with poverty and elevating it. So governments need to strengthen these. In Kenya, we have various ministries, one of which is labor and social protection, which is commended that maybe they do quite a little bit more in terms of strengthening the systems that are there and advancing even alternatives that could not be formal, but the informal ones. For example, even at the village levels, people have cushioned each other, sending money to loved ones, and even sharing food, even from religious spaces. And other actors need to consider extending interventions and services into social protection. Thank you very much. These are my references, some of the references, and that is the end. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.